Most people think that elephants are the kings of the jungle. They're huge, they're strong, and they're very intelligent. But there is one animal that can kill an elephant in a few minutes. And it's not even big or powerful, it's very small, just a couple inches long. So what makes this tiny creature so dangerous? Keep watching to find out. It's known as the tiny snake that kills elephants. Even though it's barely bigger than your finger, it can take down a 6-ton elephant in less than 20 minutes. This snake is called a boomslang. Even its name sounds scary. These snakes usually live in South Africa and are also known as tree snakes because they spend most of their time in trees. Boomslangs have been known to grow up to 7 feet long, but don't be fooled by its size. The boomslang has a very deadly poison that it uses to hunt. In fact, it is the only venomous snake that doesn't release its poison when it bites. Instead, the venom is absorbed through the skin. Now, if a boomslang wants to attack someone, it will bite them and then suck the poison back into its mouth so that it can reuse it later. How gross is that? There are many different types of boomslang snakes. They come in different colors like brown, green, and gray. They also have different patterns. The one thing they all have in common is their ability to camouflage themselves with their surroundings. It's a good thing they can do this because the boomslang is a very slow-moving snake. If it couldn't hide itself, it would be easy prey for another animal. Boomslang means slow death in Dutch, and it is a fitting name. This snake moves very slowly and calmly and often spends hours digesting its prey. Boomslang snakes eat mostly eggs and small animals like rodents and birds. But sometimes they go after larger prey. They'll hunt monkeys, bush babies, hedgehogs, genets, and mongooses. And yes, they also attack elephants. Elephants are the largest land mammals on Earth. There are two kinds of elephants, African and Asian. Asian elephants live in Asia and are slightly smaller than their African cousins. African elephants are taller than any other animal on the continent except giraffes. An adult elephant can weigh more than 6 tons and measure over 13 feet long. To put that in perspective, an average human is about 200 pounds. So an elephant weighs 30 times more than a person. Elephants are also very muscular and agile despite their large size. They can run up to 25 miles per hour and jump over 5 feet high. They use their tusks and their trunks to defend themselves against predators. Even lions try to avoid fighting elephants because they know how powerful they are. So how does such a small snake manage to take down an elephant? It starts with the hunt. First, the boomslang climbs up a tree and waits until an elephant walks underneath it. Then it drops down onto the elephant's back and bites it. As soon as the snake's fangs touch the elephant's skin, the poison begins to work. Elephants have thick skin, so it takes a while for the venom to get inside their bodies. But eventually it does, and the elephant feels like it's being burned alive. The pain is unbearable, and the elephant begins to thrash around. It tries to get the snake off its back, but it can't. The boomslang is too sticky. Its scales help it hold on to the elephant's bumpy, thick skin. At this point, the elephant is suffering, but it hasn't died yet. The boomslang has to make sure that the venom spreads throughout the elephant's body. It rubs its head against the elephant's skin, helping the venom spread faster. Sometimes the snake has to wait a whole day before the elephant dies. But eventually the venom reaches the elephant's brain. It goes to sleep forever. Elephants are very smart. They can figure out that something is wrong. They might feel sick or weak, but they don't understand why. By the time they realize there's a snake on their back, it's too late. When the elephant finally collapses, the snake slithers off its body and disappears into the bushes. Now it can digest its meal. The elephant's body will bloat, and its skin will turn black. But the boomslang doesn't care. It has successfully killed its prey. Sometimes people see these snakes on elephants and think they're just hanging out together. But really the snake is waiting for the elephant to die so it can eat its body. People have also tried to ride elephants to get away from these snakes, but it doesn't work. The boomslang can climb up the elephant's trunk, and then it's game over. Even though elephants are big and strong, they stand no chance against these tiny snakes. But there are some animals that can protect themselves against boomslangs. Mongooses, for example, are small, furry mammals that live in Africa and Asia. Some people keep them as pets, but most are wild animals. They're very agile and fast, which helps them escape from predators. When a mongoose fights a boomslang, it usually comes out on top. This is because the mongoose's fur protects it from the snake's venom. Also, mongooses are much faster than boomslangs, so they can easily outrun them. Elephants aren't the only ones who suffer at the hands of these creepy crawlies. There have been cases of boomslangs killing other animals like baboons, monkeys, hedgehogs, mice, birds, and dogs. And people aren't safe either. Each year, hundreds of people are bitten by boomslangs, and some even die from it. Now, even though the boomslang is a very scary snake, it's not the most venomous snake in the world. There are many different kinds of venomous snakes, but the most venomous is the Inland Taipan. This snake lives in Australia and can grow to be almost 8 feet long. Its venom is 100 times more poisonous than the venom of a boomslang. If the Inland Taipan wanted to, it could kill an elephant very quickly. Luckily for elephants, Inland Taipans don't attack big animals, they mostly eat rodents, so elephants never have to worry about running into one in the wild. The boomslang is one of the few snakes that can fight off an elephant. But there are also some animals that can fight off a snake. When a boomslang gets too close to a honey badger, it's in trouble. Honey badgers can bite with a force of 1225 C. That's enough to crush a snake's skull. Plus, honey badgers don't get tired when they wrestle a snake. They just keep going until the snake is dead. That's why honey badgers are considered the world's most fearless animal. The boomslang isn't the only animal that hunts elephants. There are also creatures called oxpecker. They look like big ticks, but they're actually birds. Oxpecker live on the skin of large animals like elephants and zebras. They feed on the blood of the animals and also help keep them free of flies and other insects. Some people think they're parasites, but really they're beneficial to the elephants. Oxpeckers warn elephants of danger with loud calls and also help guide elephant calves to water. Even though they're small, oxpeckers can defend themselves against predators. They have sharp beaks and claws that they use to cut the flesh of their enemies. If a boomslang tried to attack an elephant with oxpeckers on its back, it would be in trouble. The birds would attack the snake, and eventually it would have to leave. If you were an elephant, would you be afraid of boomslang snakes? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more nature videos.